Good morning. Welcome to Miss Paula's Place. I chose a story this week that is about a picnic because this is summer and I know we haven't had as many picnics as we would like to have this year with lots and lots of people, but my family, the few members of our family have gotten together and we've had a picnic and we had lots and lots of food. And so when I chose the book this week, I was thinking about summer and a picnic. But there's another reason why I chose the story I'm going to read to you today. I belong to a church, First Lutheran in Muskegon, Michigan, and we are going to tell this story this weekend. And it comes from Matthew, the book of Matthew in the Bible, chapter 14. And I wonder what that is. It's called the Really Big Picnic. And it comes from the book that I've read to you before, Read It Again, Bible Stories. And it is written by Suzanne Thomas and illustrated by Michael Fleshman. So one of these stories, it's a collection of stories in here, and I think we did one about fishing. So today, come join me on the adventure about the really big picnic. Here we go. Fathers and mothers, sisters and brothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, and others all followed Jesus out of the town to a quiet place by the shore where they found Jesus and even more people around. Wow, some followed him outside the town and then more people came. 1,000 people, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people and more. Oh, goodness me. Over 5,000, quite a parade, and they stayed, and they stayed, and they stayed. I bet Jesus was telling some pretty good stories. That's why they wanted to stick around with Jesus and listen. Now, since some were sick, he healed each one. And they said, "How time flies when we're having such fun." Then somebody whispered, "It's getting quite late. It's been such a long time since anyone's ate." Another voice answered, "Oh my, how I wish we had more than 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish." "They'd better go home now. We really do need them to leave, for you see, we've got nothing to feed them." That was Jesus' disciples talking to Jesus. They thought, we only have a little bit of food. They all need to go home. They need to leave because we don't have enough to feed them. But Jesus said to his friends, "Have them all take a seat. I want you to give them something to eat." "But Jesus," they cried, "did you hear what we said? We only have 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. For this many children and fathers and mothers, there are 5,000 men, not to mention the others. And they're hungry, so hungry. They've been here all day. Don't you think we should just send them away?" What do you think? What do you think Jesus will do next? It's an awful lot of people to feed. Wow. What do you think Jesus did? Have you guessed it yet? He took the 5 loaves and 2 fish and he blessed it. He said a prayer over it. And he broke it and he gave it to his friends to share with the thousands of hungry people there. So the families were not sent away, but instead everyone picnicked on fine fish and bread. For by blessing the food and by sharing it too, the number of pieces of bread and fish grew. And they grew. And they grew. And they grew, grew. More and more and more. So little would just never do as a rule, but the thousands of people all ate till they were full. There was more than enough, as you might have suspected. Once finished, they had the leftovers collected. A big basket full. I think Jesus was grinning. There was much more left over than even at the beginning. Wow. Sometimes we use the word multiplied when more and more comes from just a small amount. 2 baskets, 3 fish. Then there were 4. 5 baskets, 6 baskets, and look, still more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12 baskets of scraps at the end. 12 baskets left over. Wow, even after all that many people ate. What matters is never the size or amount. No one and nothing is too small to count. What matters is that we trust, and today we share all the blessings He sends our way. Whenever we give Him the little we've got, Jesus turns little into a lot. I love that story because sometimes when we want to do something kind or we want to help someone, we think it has to be done in a great big way. But sometimes just a little tiny bit of help, a little tiny bit of kindness goes a long, long, long way. Because whoever you bless with a little, they can bless with someone else. And so it's kind of like throwing a stone into the river. The little ripples keep going out and out and out and out just from that one tiny little pebble or stone. So I hope that you can remember this story and that there was always enough. There's even more than enough when we share just a little. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and maybe even a picnic. See you next week. Bye-bye.